This is Peer Habits Level 1, musical number 6. This week, we're going to add a new piece called A 16th Century March. It's on page 7 of your Perspectives preparatory book. If you are still practicing Sakura and getting all those details mastered, that's great. That's to be expected. So if that's something you're still working on, make sure to include that on your practice chart, that you're doing that 5 times a day, marking it with an X or with a star. And then we're going to learn 16th Century March, Section A, and we're going to use the Fern method. So make sure you're writing Fern for every day that you practice and going through all those steps. So let's talk about Section A in 16th Century March. Section A is measures 1 through 4, and then it's also measures 17, 18, 19, and 20. So it repeats itself there at the end. Now let's first go through the fingers. So you're going to set yourself up with G, finger 5 in the left hand, and G, finger 1 in the right hand. And this is below middle C, so we're starting the right hand pretty low. And the fingers that we're going to play are in left hand. Ready? It's 5, then 1. And then in right hand, 1, 5. So the outside fingers. Let's try that again. So 5, 1, 1, 5. That was pretty easy. Okay, and then there's 2 more measures to go. So now this is just with the right hand. What you're going to want to do is get that third finger on this black key. It's called a B flat. That doesn't matter as much right now, but get it on this black key, the top one of the 3 black keys. And you're going to do finger 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. So let's do that part again. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now the expression in a 16th Century March is we're going to learn a new musical tool. So in Sakura, we learn to play with our wrists very slowly and beautifully. We learn to play very smooth and connected. So we got to learn how to make that sort of a sound. Okay, in 16th Century March, it's a really quick, lively piece, very different than Sakura. And so the wrists we're going to learn in 16th Century March are called pops. And so this is the expression. So a pop looks like this. It's a very short note, and our wrist is going to pop up. Kind of like if you were a puppet and you had a string here, it's going to pull your wrist up right here. And you're pushing into the key. You're not lifting off of the key like we're doing in Sakura. We're popping kind of into the key. So again, be careful that the shoulders aren't going and the elbows aren't going. And watch that your fingers are pointed down. So to get the feeling, you can practice kind of just going forward like this, just to get the feeling. So it's elbows going forward, elbows, not shoulders, not elbows going out, but this motion. So with the pops, it will go pop, pop. And see how my fingers are still pointed down? It looks like a puppy dog's ear. Do you see that? Or a goose head. Or a mountain range. Or anything you can really imagine. But it doesn't look like the claw. Okay, so don't be popping up like this. You'll want to, I promise. I've seen so many claws. Okay, so you pop up like this. You see? So it'll go left pop, left, right, right. And now the right hand gets to do what we call a short slur. And every time we do a music, even when you get to grade 10, you will do this short slur the same way. So if you learn it now, it will be so easy when you get to your more advanced repertoire. It's called the drop float. So we're going to drop, and my wrist is actually going to bend down like I told you not to do when you're doing Muscle Builders power fingers, right? But you're going to drop your wrist down, and then really heavy, and float off, and have your wrist come up. We're not going to do a pop. It's a float. There's a difference. The drop is loud. The float is soft. Do you hear? So we're not going to push into the key. We're going to drop heavy, and then we're going to take that weight away like we're floating up to the sky. So here's the expression all together. Pop, 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 drop, float, float. Got it? Okay, that's a lot. So if all you can do this week is your pops, that's fantastic. And then next week you might want to try adding your drop float. It's better that you do it right, because once you get used to it, your wrists will just do it without you even thinking. That's why you'll be able to play so beautifully even when you're sight reading later on. Okay, so rhythm. Let's talk about rhythm. I'll count it out for you. Ready, go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, fast, fast, 1, 1. Pretty simple. And then the notes, pretty easy. Let me name them for you. Ready? Go. G, D, G, D. C, D, C, B flat, A. And that's it for section A. So the most important thing this time is those wrists. So get that in your musical repertoire. You're going to become just a professional at playing 16th Century March. I'm really excited. If you need to send in a video, because these wrists are so new, please do. I would love to look at your wrists, give you any suggestions. So work hard on 16th Century March.